Ooh, what's up, everyone? My name is OMGWTF LOLFTWBRB. Welcome back to more of the WWE versus Total Extreme Wrestling series, the series where we take the weekly events and shows ran by the WWE and book them into TEW to see just how well WWE does against the game, or if Total Extreme Wrestling will be the one company that brings the WWE down to its knees. We are booking. Oh boy. So bad at this. We are booking the May. Monday was like 2 days ago, so this is like the May 14th episode of the May 14th edition, I should say, of Monday Night Raw. We are in the second week to the build towards the Money in the Bank qualifiers, and in fact, as of recording this is the Monday Night Raw of the week, pretty much. So I am officially kind of caught up to the WWE. I had to hold back until 205 Live aired because of the whole UK division versus WWE thing, or excuse me, the UK division versus Cruiserweight thing. I had to make sure I got my UK talent. Speaking of the UK talent, WWE apparently is going to be hosting yet another United Kingdom tournament. When it comes to tournaments like that, while it is possible for me to run those shows and I can always put them on the network and whatnot, not only will it not be the best rated show in the world because the stars really aren't as popular, it's not like WWE's, in real life where they can put these guys on there and everyone's like, oh, this is amazing. It won't go well over in Total Extreme Wrestling, and it'll be a little awkward, but if you guys want to see the UK tournament booked in this series, I can go ahead and do that. But the way I look at it is the UK tournament doesn't really even count, especially when we don't have a UK championship. So I don't really see a point of it. But if there's enough demand for it, I will go ahead and do it. Nonetheless, I don't have much to talk about here, so let's just jump in right into this week's edition of Monday Night Raw. We are being held in the O2 Arena, which I believe is in London, but it says it's in Greenwich, so I don't live in England. I don't know if London and Greenwich are the same thing, but this was the only O2 arena I could find. There's plenty of O2s like all over England apparently, but this is the only O2 arena, so I'm going to go with and say that this is the O2 arena that we're supposed to be at. 9,954 people are in the audience as we open up the show with the video that you can find on YouTube. You can find it pretty much anywhere on the internet right now, I guess, of I don't even remember. They're at some stupid like convention or panel or something. I don't know. Kathy Kelly, she talks to Ronda Rousey. Charlotte comes in. She does a very cringy woo. By the way, I hate Charlotte's woo. Like, Charlotte is supposed to be the daughter of, Ric Flair. She is the daughter of Ric Flair. But she cannot do the woo. Like, her woo is just absolutely horrible. You would think she would know how to do it, but every time she does it, I cringe. Ronda's was 10 times better than her, despite, her trying to be oh, it wasn't that great. It was way better. Nia comes in and she goes, oh, you can woo, but can you do this? And Ronda plays stupid, but of course it's leading to Nia Jax challenging Ronda for the Women's Championship, putting her title on the line against Ronda Rousey. Ronda, she's a little taken aback. She feels that there's people, more deserving than her, but Nia says, while that may be true, I'm not challenging them, I'm challenging you. Ronda takes the match, and it's made official at Money in the Bank. Nia Jax will defend her championship against Ronda Rousey, and this match right here has kind of created a little bit of a stir or a split between the wrestling community, it would seem. Some people are up in arms because they feel it's ridiculous and way too early and too soon for Ronda Rousey to be receiving a women's championship match, considering she's only had one match and it was against Stephanie McMahon. Ronda even said so herself on in this little interview segment, or whatever you want to call it, whereas other people don't really care, like they just view it as, whatever, this is wrestling, people get shots all the time. I'm kind of on both sides of the fence here. And while I can see why, people are all up in arms about Nia Jax, not Nia Jax, excuse me, Ronda Rousey getting her first championship match and like her first match, that's not really what I'm mad about here. Ronda Rousey, if you look at it in wrestling terms, like, yes, we can all admit, let's use the F word for a moment here and admit that wrestling's fake. But, and I'm not saying that, what they do in the ring is fake, because trust me, I'm kind of a wrestler myself. I mean, maybe a rookie, but I've had matches, and let me tell you, the shit hurts. But, it's all predetermined, and when you look at it as a story perspective, because that's how you have to look at it, because this isn't a back and forth actual sport where, wins and losses should matter. Ronda Rousey made her debut at WrestleMania. She's already come in with a lot of fanfare, so right there alone gets eyes on you. And when there's eyes on you, people are, you're going to get opportunities. So it's just how it works. But she came in with a lot of fanfare. She had her first match at WrestleMania. And not only did she win her first match at WrestleMania, she beat a former women's champion in Stephanie McMahon. Now, of course, some of you may scoff at Stephanie McMahon as a women's champion, but it's in the record books. Stephanie actually has, from what I understand, a pretty good record in in-ring competition, beating quite a few people during her time. Guaranteed mostly of them are dirty finishes, but nonetheless, here she is. I mean, we look at Edge as a Hall of Famer, and he mostly cheated his way to every victory he was in. So just because Edge is a better performer than Stephanie McMahon doesn't mean, like, in a storyline perspective, that they're kind of on the same totem pole. Nonetheless, Ronda beat a former women's champion in her debut, but not only that, she made a 13-time, I believe it is, I'm pretty sure it's 13-time, future WWE Hall of Famer Triple H look like nothing. I mean, maybe not nothing, but she was able to stand her own against Triple H. So that alone puts her kind of more above Nia, the rest of the women, and more of a China kind of status here, which I, for one, I didn't agree with her going against Triple H. A lot of people popped for it. I saw right through it right there and was like, how are you going to put her against other females if she can just beat Triple H? So a lot of people, like I said, are a little pissed about Nia getting her first shot. I'm not mad that she's getting a shot so early. We knew she was going to get a shot sooner or later, so why not now? What I'm mad about is, why does it have to be right this second? I mean, Nia Jax just got the championship. They don't need to take the belt off her right away, because let's be honest, it'll most likely either, one, end in some sort of disqualification where both women look strong, but, neither really lose, or two, Ronda's winning the championship. So Nia, she just got the championship. She's still building herself up, and losing the championship right now would really harm her. But in the other perspective, I like to look at it like this. Ronda is not only more popular, will draw more eyes to her, but she's more talented, in my opinion. She might not be the best on the mic or anything, but neither's Nia Jax. I mean, we all saw that promo from Backlash. But in my opinion, Ronda, in her one match, and maybe it's not fair to judge because, yes, it is one match, but in her one match, she impressed the hell out of me. She looked damn good in the ring with a lot of her holds, a lot of her wrestling maneuvers, a lot of her punches. They looked good. And I don't know if, that's because of her MMA background. Maybe that helps her out a little bit. I'd assume so. But I wouldn't be opposed to Ronda Rousey beating Nia Jax. I just think if you do have Ronda beat Nia Jax, you're taking all the wind out of here. So this match should be pretty interesting going forward. Sorry for a little bit of a rant on here, but this is kind of the controversial segment of the week, so I kind of wanted to drop my 2 cents in there and let you guys know where I stand pretty much in there. So 46D for the hype up for that. We then get a look back at the interaction from last week between Jinder Mahal and Roman Reigns, where Mahal cost Roman Reigns his shot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Solid 60 for that. And, of course, that angle was in between with, like, this angle here. This is the, I guess, official opening angle of the night, which gets a 55 C-. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned it or showed it off in a video or not. So before I jump into this, I want to make one thing, or let you guys know of one thing. We have officially dropped down to a cult-sized company. We were a national-sized company. It was bound to happen sooner or later. We are now down to a cult-sized company, which kind of in a way benefits the WWE. With being in a cult-sized company, our storyline requirement isn't like a B or something like that. We're now in the C's. So we shouldn't get dinged for storylines, and it'll help build up the talent, I think, a little better now that they're not being judged so harshly compared to like a national level. With that being said, though, it took a hit on the WWE, and it's kind of one of the first real hits that we've taken here since starting this series. That it could eventually make them lose lose everything. All right. But nonetheless, 55C minus for the opening angle, which sees Kurt Angle come out. He announces that we'll see yet another Money in the Bank qualifier tonight after he. Oh, golly. Apparently, I didn't turn my phone on vibrate or whatever. Nonetheless, like I was saying, I guess Stephanie McMahon gave him a call and said that he was unfair in judging Jinder Mahal, and he shouldn't let his his personal opinions or whatever get in the way, and he goes ahead and puts Jinder Mahal in a Money in the Bank qualifier match tonight against Bobby Lashley and Elias. This leads to Roman Reigns coming out pretty much demanding being put in there since Jinder screwed him over. Angle also told Reigns that he was also told that Roman should not get any more chances, and Kurt agrees that it's bullshit, but his hands are tied. Reigns understands. Kurt has a family to feed, but he's got something else he's going to go do. Reigns walks off, goes to the back, miraculously finds Jinder Mahal, who's just standing there talking to Sunil Singh despite knowing Roman Reigns is coming after him. Like, maybe if he didn't, it would be justified, but it's like the second he sees him, he's like, oh god, he found me. It's like, come on, dude. Get out of there then. Nonetheless, Roman gets his hands on Jinder. The two brawl for a bit with Roman having the main advantage. And, yeah. I don't even really remember what Roman Reigns did to Jinder Mahal in this opening segment. He brawled and he stood tall over Jinder. I can't even really remember. He hurt Jinder's rib. I know that because that was like the main story throughout the night was Jinder's like rib cage was hurt. Nonetheless, there you have it. Roman Reigns getting his revenge on Jinder Mahal in some sort of way. Kurt Angle was good, got the crowd hot, lost heat for the Reigns Mahal feud, but hopefully that'll help out or move up a little bit throughout the night. 58C minus as we get hype for our Intercontinental Championship match, which is next, which we'll see Kevin Owens take on Seth Rollins. This was announced a little bit before Monday Night Raw, I think a couple days before. So unfortunately, that rumor that I was hearing between about Pete Dunne accepting Seth Rollins' challenge wasn't gonna happen. Would have been awesome, but we're gonna get Kevin Owens instead. 63 solid C as we get a replay a replay of the brawl between Jinder Mahal and Roman Reigns. And then we jump to a 70C plus. I don't really know if I'm going to do this all the time, but I figure it's kind of an angle in a way. During the title matches, everyone gets their little special introductions from JoJo. I put that in here of her introducing both Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. Not sure if it should really count as an angle, but I figured what the hell, why not? 70C plus for that as we jump into our opening match of the night, which also gets a 70C plus. I feel like it could have done better. B wouldn't have been completely out of the realm, but nonetheless, 70C plus. Good wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd. Seth Rollins goes over Kevin Owens in 15 minutes, 54 seconds with the ripcord knee. I'm not sure if that's what he used to finish the match. Probably the stomp again, but I don't remember. Rollins makes his 5th defense of the Intercontinental Championship. This got the crowd hot. I think his match against Mojo was better last week. And honestly, in my opinion, I think it might have been better either way. Honestly, too. Kevin Owens with a 67 in-ring performance. Seth Rollins with a 68. One thing we do have to put of note here is we are in a different country. And while if you watch WWE, the England crowd is always hot for WWE or, wrestling in general. Every time I've seen an England crowd, they're going ballistic. The same can't be said for TEW, who probably doesn't take in that kind of accounting. So the popularity definitely has an effect as well. So certain superstars, I just remember this, certain superstars that, may have like B's and all that over in America may not do so well over here because we are in England right now. So should be interesting to see how much of a factor that ties in, or how much effect, I should say, that will have on us. Rollins' open storyline gained heat, so good on him there. And did I press the button? I guess I didn't. There we go. I don't know how, sometimes I don't and sometimes I do, because I feel like I press it in the same place every time. Nonetheless, 39D minus as we get more hype for the matches tonight. Lashley versus Mahal versus Elias is hyped, and Bayley versus Bliss versus James is hyped. All Money in the Bank qualifier matches. Solid 42D as I couldn't fit all these hype segments in the same thing, and someone would have had been left off TV, so I figured I'd just split them. More hype as we have Rude versus No Way Jose versus Baron Corbin, which will be for a Money in the Bank qualifier spot, along with Nia Jax versus Ronda Rousey's Money in the Bank title match being hyped. Be prepared to hear that a lot tonight, by the way. 49D plus as we get a look back. I just said be prepared to hear that a lot today, and literally the next angle is the same thing. 49D plus as we get a look back at when Nia Jax challenged Ronda Rousey. Same angle, literally same video played from before. Good God. Cringy Charlotte woos and all. Thank God Nia didn't do a woo. 45. Oh my God. How much did they hype this, really? Like, back to back to back? Come on, guys. 45 solid D as once again the Nia Jax Ronda Rousey feud is hyped. 45 solid D as we move to a backstage angle with the newly named, B team requesting a tag team title shot from Kurt Angle. Angle, of course, brings up the fact that they've never even won. They mentioned that they're the A team, but Kurt's like, I can't call you the A team. I mean, there's a TV show and a movie that's named after them, and that's where the B team comes from, and it stands for the best team. And Kurt says, I'm not going to give you guys a title shot, but I'll give you guys a match tonight, and if you win, we'll see where it goes. So it does look like they are leading to a match between the P team and the Leaders of Worlds, which is as crazy as it sounds, but it looks like that's what they're leaning towards. So I have went ahead and started the storyline between those two teams. 54 C minus. This does a little better than I figured it would have done, but Baron Corbin and Bobby Roode probably helped. I don't expect No Way Jose. Yeah, look at that 29 in ring performance. I didn't think he helped out that much. 54 C minus as we have our Money in the Bank qualifier match here. Poor matchup. Baron Corbin going over No Way Jose. What? Oh, I've got to go back, guys. I've got to go back, guys. That's wrong. Oops. I pressed the wrong guy. So maybe some people will help out a little bit more. We'll see where that goes. We're in the blue hell. Okay, it's down here. This should not have been Baron Corbin. I did put Bobby Roode. Apparently I just put Baron Corbin as well. All right, let's run through this all real quick. We don't have to talk much about it. The announcement for Ronda Rousey and Jax got a 44 solid D. Mahal and Reigns and Jinder Mahal's last week interaction got a 66 C plus. Opening angle of the night got a 54 C minus. Still lost heat. Angle was still good. 55 C minus hype for the Rollins Owens match. 62 C as we get a replay of the brawl between Reigns and Mahal again. 63 solid C for the introductions from JoJo. 68 C plus for the Intercontinental Championship matchup. Should probably change that to the Curb Stomp since that's back. Owens had a 64. Seth Rollins had a 69. So I think they actually did a little better than last time. Got the crowd hot as well. 41 solid D for the hype for the Money in the Bank qualifier matches for the women and men's. 40 D minus for the Roode, Jose, and Corbin hype along with Jackson Rousey. 48 D plus for the video of when Nia Jax challenged Ronda Rousey. And then, of course, more hype for the match between Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax. B team is created and got a 49 D plus. And we're back where we started. And this did worse. 52 D plus rating for our Money in the Bank qualifier match here as Bobby Roode goes over No Way Jose and Baron Corbin in 12 minutes, 12 seconds when Bobby Roode defeats No Way Jose with the glorious DDT. No Way Jose was the weak link, which we already know with that 29 in-ring performance. That's the one thing that stayed the same here. Baron Corbin had an in-ring performance of a 47 and Bobby Roode with a 49. Roode is also improving in performance. So Bobby Roode joins Miz, Rusev, Braun Strowman, and Finn Balor all in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Again, I mentioned it on the SmackDown episode. Money in the Bank's going to have 8 people in it. We can only do 6 people, so a person from Raw and a person from SmackDown is going to be taken out. The 2 least popular superstars from the brands that aren't winning this match are going to be taken out, so I think as of right now, it looks like Bobby Roode is the favorite, but there is still one more person for Monday Night Raw that can qualify. And I think that happens tonight, actually, so Yeah, I think it would be Bobby Roode because I think Kevin Owens is more popular than Roode, but we'll see where that goes. Solid 63 C rated angle here as Kevin Owens approaches Kurt Angle backstage as he goes to check on Jinder Mahal. He is pretty much asking for another shot, but Kurt Angle declines him. Kevin's not taking it though, and he pretty much threatens to call Stephanie. Kurt's sick of him holding over that head, or over it, excuse me. He's sick of him holding Stephanie over his head. But Owens says it's not a threat, it's a promise as he walks away with his phone. Kurt Angle then walks into the doctor's office. Jinder Mahal and Sunil Singh pretty much beg Kurt Angle to postpone the match. Angle's not having it. He says, we have to have this match. And he says he's going to have to find Jinder a replacement. But Mahal says that no, he will compete tonight no matter what. And there you have it. We also started a storyline tonight. It must have started earlier. It doesn't. Oh, no, it did start right here. Never mind. It has started right here. Since they have been kind of teasing Stephanie McMahon over Kurt Angle, I feel like that's where this story is leading. So I created a storyline pretty much between Kurt Angle and Stephanie McMahon. So there you have that. We'll see where it goes. 40 D minus as we get more hype for our main events tonight. Or I hate that word, main events. There should only be one main event. I shouldn't have called it that. Money in the Bank qualifiers tonight as Lashley versus Mahal versus Elias and Bayley versus Bliss versus Mickie James. All hyped up. 30 E plus. Ooh boy. Love those ratings as we get hype for the fact that it'll be the B team of Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas taking on Breezango. Of course, Tyler Breeze and Fandango next. I don't believe I clicked it. No. But, no, I thought, okay, never mind. I was going to say, but before we can get into the match. But nope, nothing before it for the first time ever. I tried to anticipate it, but I guess not. This actually did pretty good at considering everybody's in-ring performance. Solid 43 D rating here, while everyone's around the 30 ratings. Not too bad. So we have a bout that had subpar wrestling and little heat to it. The B team get their first win ever over Breezango in 4 minutes, 4 seconds after Bo Dallas defeats Bandongo with the Bo Dog. Not really sure if that's what he hit him with. Nonetheless, B team get their victory. And there you have that. Curtis Axel looks like he was the best in the match with a 39 in-ring performance. Bo Dallas with a 38. Fandango the worst with a 34. And Tyler Breeze with a 38 as well. No worker improvements though. We then jump back to a 49D plus as Dasha Fuentes jumps in the ring and goes to interview the B team about their first win. They're over ecstatic. And they lay out their challenge to Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt pretty much. So there you have that. 49D plus. 32E plus. Ooh, yeah. 32E plus as we get a 6-woman tag team match next as Sasha Banks, Ember Moon, and Natalya team up to take on the Riot Squad. Let's go. There we go. But before we can jump into that, we have to have our pointless commercial break, courtesy of John Cena getting us that 100 star. Thanks, John. Hey, look, we're being held in front of more people this time around, too. That Bobby Roode win attracted a lot more people. 6-man woman action as we have a 45 solid D for the matchup here in a terrible matchup. I thought we had the little brief segment with Sasha Banks and Bayley where it shows, you know, Bayley wishing Sasha good luck. Did I fuck up again and put that in the wrong place? I might have. Terrible matchup here. Sasha Banks, Natalya, and Ember Moon go over the Riot Squad. And 12 minutes, 2 seconds after Natalya made Liv Morgan tap out to the sharpshooter. Ember Moon had an in-ring performance of a 37. Natalya with a 43. Sasha Banks had the best in-ring performance with a 45. Liv Morgan, no surprise there, with the worst of a 27. Sarah Logan with a 31, and Ruby Riott with a 37. Natty is also improving in performance. Or excuse me, Rumble. What am I thinking? 54 C- as we get hype for the Braun Strowman and Finn Balor matchup against Ziggler and McIntyre. And I know we started teasing Finn's heel turn, but I don't think they're doing it anymore, so I'm probably going to cancel that. 56 C- as Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler cut a quick promo on Finn Balor and Braun Strowman before their matchup, pretty much talking about how they're only here to entertain and they're not here to wrestle, pretty much. So that's the basic storyline going on between them, which we also started since There's no real feud between these guys, but there's like a basic story going on. I went ahead and started it as well. So 56 C minus for the duo there. Oh, that's just Finn Balor again. We'll have to change that. 45 solid D, as this is kind of in between the match right now. What should be happening is right now Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt should be fighting the Revival, I believe it is. During the match, the B team of Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel are shown watching the match, scouting their potential future opponents. The match itself between the Revival and the Leaders of Worlds get a 58 C minus here. Decent matchup as the Leaders of Worlds go over Revival, and 5 minutes 58 seconds after Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt hit Scott Dawson with the kiss of deletion. Dash Wilder was really off his game, which is unfortunate for him. In-ring performance of a 38 though. Scott Dawson with a 41. Bray Wyatt with a 62 and Matt Hardy with a 54. No worker improvements though. 55 C minus. This... Oh, it was the other way around. Okay, now I get it. I was like, what happened here? This was later on in the night. I said Bayley wishing Sasha Banks good luck, but in fact, it was Sasha Banks wishing Bayley good luck. So, my bad, guys. My bad. Still not sure where they're going with this. I mean, they still tease the fact that she might be turning heel. I mean, she just wished her good luck, but even Corey Graves goes, oh. I don't know where this is going. This storyline is stupid confusing. 55 C minus, though. Good for you guys. 55 C minus for, honestly, a pretty cringy promo that I don't even think the England crowd was into. And that's saying something, considering Sami Zayn is one of their favorites. Nonetheless, Sami Zayn comes out here, and he cuts a whole promo about how Bobby Lashley gave him vertigo, and all this stuff, and how all he cares about is his sisters, which... Don't we know that's the truth? Because that's all Bobby talked about in that dumb freaking interview last week. Which they showed, by the way. Thank God they didn't show the whole thing. Sammy brings out his Santa glasses again that nobody popped for but me, it seems like. Which is a shame because I love those glasses. And then he pretty much just promises that next week he's going to invite all 3 of Bobby Lashley's sisters and expose Lashley. So there you have that. Looks like we are moving forward with a feud between Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley, so I went ahead and started a feud between those two gentlemen, and it got the crowd hot, so there you have it. 50D plus for our Women's Money in the Bank qualifier here. Poor matchup as Alexa Bliss goes over Mickie James and Bayley in 9 minutes 53 seconds after she beats Bayley with the Sparkle Splash. She did not beat Bayley with the Sparkle Splash, she beat her with the DDT. Bayley also carried the match in terms of in-ring performance, so... This match was kind of interesting because Bliss and Mickie James worked together for the majority of it. Of course, they turned their backs on each other through it, and then they acted like they never did, which that didn't make sense to me. Corey Graves even pointed it out, like, why is Alexa apologizing to Mickie when Mickie just kicked her 2 seconds ago? So, again, didn't make much sense, but it pretty much ended with Bayley getting distracted by Mickie James and taking her off the apron, leading into her eating a DDT from Alexa Bliss, as Alexa Bliss qualifies to join Ember Moon and Charlotte, I think it was, for the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. I don't think we had anybody else qualify just yet. Alexa Bliss was really off her game. That's unfortunate. She had a 37 in-ring performance, as did Mickie James. Bayley, on the other hand, with a 49. Apparently gained heat for the Money in the Bank ladder match, too, so good on them. Solid 65 C rating here as we get a rematch of the opening segment that we saw earlier in the night between Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal, showing them brawl. There you have that. 53 C minus as the doctor goes ahead and clears Jinder Mahal. Mahal slowly walks out of the doctor's office holding his ribs, and then he's speared through a wall by Roman Reigns, and he just sits there coughing while Reigns walks away looking satisfied. This was kind of pathetic. I mean, I don't want to harp too bad, but come on, guys. The angle itself was fine. There's nothing wrong with the angle. It's well set up. I mean, Roman getting the spear, I mean, whatever. It's there. It's nothing too exciting, but it happened. But the wall, oh my god. Could you guys get something that wasn't cardboard? Like, cardboard is what they got. Like, I'm not even joking. It was legitimately made out of cardboard. You could see the freaking cardboard sitting right next to not Roman Reigns, Jinder Mahal, as he lays there, like some weak wood or something. Like, cardboard? Come on. So cheesy. You're the WWE and you used cardboard. Like I said, I might be harping too much. It took me out of it, though. 53 C minus for this. Really not doing too well. It's mostly Jinder, probably, though. And then we jump back from a commercial break back into a 55 C minus this time. As Samuel Singh, he's begging Kurt Angle not to cancel the match. Don't cancel it. Don't take Jinder Mahal out. But Kurt's got to take Jinder Mahal out. He can't compete tonight, so Kurt starts searching for Jinder's substitute. Jinder is officially out of the three-way tonight between Bobby Lashley and Elias as well. So I guess Roman Reigns gets his revenge. There you have it. Solid 60 C rating for our tag team matchup here. A decent matchup. Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler got a surprise victory, in my opinion, over Finn Balor and Braun Strowman. I mean, going into this match, I didn't expect Ziggler and McIntyre to win. I was kind of like, they should probably win. I mean, they just debuted, and you're going to have them lose. But then they win. I didn't think they were going to have Braun Strowman lose, and I certainly didn't think they were going to have Finn Balor lose, before Money in the Bank. So this actually really caught me off guard, seeing Ziggler and McIntyre win. But they pulled out the W here tonight when Dolph Ziggler beats Finn Balor with a quick roll-up. So it wasn't exactly decisively. Ziggler kind of, capitalized off the distraction, rolls him up. 1, 2, 3, Ziggler and McIntyre win after 13 minutes, 18 seconds. So there you have that. One of the interesting things that happened in this match, though, is the Braun Strowman shoulder tackle we've been seeing him do with Kevin Owens. Well, he did to Drew McIntyre tonight. And Drew went flying back and took out Braun's, not Roman Reigns. What the hell am I saying? He just finds his way into everything. He knocks Drew McIntyre right into the Greatest Royal Rumble trophy, pretty much breaking it in the process. So that sucked, but it was funny to watch at the same time. Braun Strowman was also head and shoulders above everybody else. So Strowman had an in-ring performance of a 72, Finn Balor with a 57, Dolph Ziggler with a 50, Drew McIntyre with a 43. So good stuff. Ziggler's improving in performance, as is Finn Balor. 49D plus as we get yet another recap of Nia Jax challenging Ronda Rousey. 46 solid D as once again the match between Jax and Rousey is hyped. We then go to a 51D plus as Kurt Angle is talking to Stephanie McMahon. We don't find this out until, of course, after he hangs up the phone, but he's talking to Stephanie McMahon over the phone. He's hyping up, yes, I can't believe it, Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax. He talks about how Jinder Mahal won't be able to make it into the Money in the Bank and how he's got a great replacement. But then Stephanie informs him that she has found a replacement for Jinder Mahal. Kurt's like, are you serious? And he's like, all right, whatever. And it's pretty much hinted that it's going to be Kevin Owens, which, da-na-na-na, it is. 51D plus gained heat for the Ronda Nia Jax story, but it lost heat for the Kurt Stephanie story. Solid 41D as we see both Elias and Bobby Lashley start making their way towards ringside. 51D plus as the explosion of Bobby Lashley, courtesy of Sami Zayn, is hyped for next week. 58 C minus as Elias is about to play his guitar in a concert for the good people in the O2 Arena, but he's interrupted by the music of Kevin Owens, thus confirming that, yes, Kevin Owens is in this matchup. We didn't even get to hear him start singing at all. He just says, hello, I'm Elias, and then next thing you know, Kevin Owens' music starts playing. Main event gets a solid 60C rating here. Decent matchup. Kevin Owens goes over Elias and Bobby Lashley, which this kind of shocked me because I thought Bobby Lashley was going over, so really caught me off guard. But Owens goes over in 11 minutes 35 seconds after pinning Elias. I wouldn't say by underhanded tactics. He hit him with the tadpole splash, or frog splash, as some people want to call it. I like the tadpole splash. I think it's a good name for it. While Sami Zayn came out and attacked Bobby Lashley, pretty much costing him this opportunity. Kevin Owens was head and shoulders above everybody else, while Elias was the weak link. Elias had an in-ring performance of a 39. Ugh. Again, popularity has an effect here. Kevin Owens had a 66. Bobby Lashley with a 53. And the only feud that gained heat was the Sami Zayn-Lashley storyline. But the the Rollins Open storyline should not have advanced. I meant to take Kevin Owens out of that, but I guess I didn't. That's my bad. But whatever, that's fine. Worker improvements, nothing as we end off the show. And what did we get? We got a 73 B-. Not a bad show, but not enough to increase our popularity, apparently, as we lost popularity in 12 regions. So I think that might be our best show, though, to be honest. I don't remember exactly what last week's Raw did. It could have also gotten around the B-. I know Raw was certainly one of the better shows that we had from last week. This show probably would have done a lot better if it wasn't in England. Like, if we were in America, I imagine the ratings would have gone over a lot better. But because we were in England, some people, like an Elias, like a No Way Jose, definitely got dinged for some popularity, even though I wouldn't consider No Way Jose to be popular in America neither. But Elias certainly gets better in-ring performances than that. But popularity always has an effect in the WWE games here in TEW, so it's just something you got to roll with. We are going to be continuing in England, though, so it should be quite interesting to see where things go. Like a 205 live, that should be interesting. I mean, the numbers are never great anyway, so maybe it wouldn't even be all that bad. But we are going to have UK talent in there. I know, like Flash Morgan Webster, Joseph Connors, Kenny Williams, and I think James Drake were all there. Of course, alongside Tyler Bate, who's already under contract, and like Mark Andrews, so that's no worries to me there. But that'll be fun to book, and then SmackDown will also be in England, so we should see a little bit of effect there as well. But I believe we return to America next week, so I'm actually kind of interested to see kind of the comparison from this week and next week, because since we're going to be in two different countries, it'll be interesting to see there. Okay, I was going to say I stalled long enough, but this thing's not done quite yet, but here we go, finally. I don't know why I always check this. I guess it's just a habit, but it doesn't matter since I'm not really trying to look at anybody here. So Noam Dar and Stephanie Newell, which is Nixon Newell, their contracts are up. I'll have to renegotiate those because they're not really gone. And I guess that can, bring up my next topic here. So if any superstar does leave the WWE, like for instance, I believe there is rumors circulating around that Rusev will be leaving. If Rusev does indeed leave the WWE, then I will indeed release them from their contract as well. So that's just how it works. So I will negotiate for Noam Dar and Stephanie Newell real quick, and then we'll end off the episode there. He's not active in America. Oh, we got to make him active in America. What about you? I'm going to have to make both of you. Okay, no, you're fine. So we'll give her 2,000 just to make it an even number. Nah, better yet, we'll give her the weakest. Unless some people start trying to, come after her. Then we'll go. And then I have to make Noam Dar in America, so we'll do that. I'll pretty much have his contract negotiated and everything after you guys won't have to see it, so it'll be done off screen. So nonetheless, though, that is going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, do me a favor, leave me a comment, like, and subscribe if you have not already. And as always, my name has been OMG, WTF, LOLFTW, BRB. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, your Facebook, your Twitters, your Instagrams. I don't give a dams. All the social media accounts out there. Give it a share. Help your boy out. In fact, if you know a boy, I was going to be like, if you know a boy, but if you know a girl too, I don't know. If you know a human being, or whatever, let's drop this bit. If you know someone who you feel would enjoy my content, make sure to share it to them as well, and maybe help your boy out right here gain some new subscribers. Nonetheless, though, let me help out my boys. There are some people down in the description below. If you want to check them out, you're more than welcome to. Maybe find yourself something else on the interwebs to like today. That's going to be the end of this, though. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you guys for 205 Live and SmackDown. And once those are done, we should be officially caught up, and I should have those up by this week as well, so no worries there. We should be next week heading straight into Monday Night Raw with no problems. Have a good one.